If you are hitting the rails, the roads, or the skies for an early start to your long weekend, you've got great weather in store. Good morning and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Alyssa Azzara. Boston 25 News meteorologist Vicki Graff joins us now live. More breaking news. Boston public school contractor Transdev failed to keep proper track of bus accidents and whether bus drivers held proper credentials. Karen Reed and her attorney say they are considering all options when it comes to filing a lawsuit in connection to her prosecution in the John O'Keefe case. Reed and her lawyer Alan Jackson spoke to Howie Carr Thursday. Jackson did not go into specifics about who exactly Reed would sue. Reed said the investigation and trials over the last 4 years cost her career, car, house, and freedom. Kelly, it was a chaotic scene here last night at this country club. Behind me, there was a wedding party going on when the shooting happened. Of course, a wedding is supposed to be one of the happiest moments of your life, but witnesses described running for their lives and looking for a safe space to hide. Neighbors tell me it was a graphic scene here earlier. One neighbor actually said she arrived home from work tonight to find 2 people hurt and lying at the end of that driveway behind me. Take a look. You can see it's still an active investigation. Kelly, we are on Willowbrook Road, and as the rain continues to come down this morning, people are starting to pick up the pieces from yesterday's reported tornado in this neighborhood. Take a look. Crews working to clear this massive tree from this family's driveway. It was completely blocking them off. They just got here just a short time ago. And then I want to take you just across the street here. We'll wait for this car. To this home. This is another tree down blocking this driveway. Catherine, the governor, tells me Eversource's proposed rate hikes are outrageous. Now, these rate hikes still need to be approved by the Department of Public Utilities. She says she is urging DPU to scrutinize this proposal. Yeah, Mark, less than a week since that devastating fire, and it is touching to see the support showing up here tonight. Hundreds of people from Providence to Boston, take a look, are waiting in line to get into this fundraiser. The line stretching around the corner. Yeah, that's right, Rachel, and the energy here is high. This is the 51st year for the Boston Pops Fireworks Spectacular, and the show kicks off tonight at 7. Let me show you this stage, though. This spectacular stage, if I do say so myself. Yeah, Ted, they made their way here to the police department, then City Hall for a protest. They say it's to take a stand for change here at the Haverhill Police Department. They're also demanding justice for 43-year-old Francis Gigalotti, who they say was a family man and a kind-hearted person. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Your police have got to go. Calls for change outside of the Haverhill Police Department Sunday afternoon.
People don't deserve this. This can't go on like this. We need justice. We are seeking legal action.
We are his voice. Everybody here is his support, and they need to hear that we're not letting this go silently.
Say something to the family!
Friends and family are just starting to grieve the loss of 43-year-old Francis Gigalotti. The Essex County DA says Francis was pronounced dead at the hospital after a struggle with officers outside of Bradford Seafood Friday night. The incident captured on cell phone video.
He should be here with us. He should be here with us right now.
Michelle Rooney, the fiance of Francis, emotional during the protest as she describes a phone call with Francis moments before the encounter.
He said, "Come get me." I says, "Where are you?" He goes, "I'm at Bradford Seafood. You got to get here. They're going to kill me." I go, "Who's going to kill you?"
By the time Rooney got to the restaurant, she says it was too late.
When I got there, and there was 7 or 8 cops on top of him, and he's yelling, "Help me, I can't breathe," and then he just went limp and he was blue.
The DA and Haverhill police say officers first responded to White Street for a man acting erratic, weaving in and out of traffic. Another cell phone video shows Francis running from police before heading to Bradford Seafood. His family says Francis struggled with his mental health.
Francis did have a lot of mental health issues and just needed help.
He was a good man, a good friend, good stepfather, good son, good uncle. Everyone loved him.
We learned tonight in a new statement from the DA's office that each of the officers involved will be interviewed in the investigation that's already underway. The investigation will also conduct an autopsy to figure out his cause of death. We're live in Haverhill tonight. Alyssa Azzara for your local station, Boston 25 News. Yeah, that's right, Mark. And that lawsuit is being filed on behalf of Cynthia Davis, the guardian of that 8-year-old boy who suffered a broken femur. His attorneys say he's now dealing with post-traumatic stress from the crash that happened just on the sidewalk behind me. We're seeing the alarming dashcam video from the school bus crash in Jamaica Plain last December for the first time, as part of that lawsuit filed Tuesday.
That never should have happened, and we need to make sure things like that don't happen.
On the top half, you can see the bus driver appear to wake up from a nap and immediately start driving. And on the bottom, you see that little boy with his aide on the sidewalk seconds before being hit. Police say the driver claimed there was a steering issue and another car cut in front of him. The lawsuit alleges neither of those statements are accurate and blames Transdev for negligence and systematic failures. Mayor Michelle Wu says the crash is part of an independent review sparked after another Transdev bus crash in April, killing a 5-year-old boy in Hyde Park.
They are one of the few companies in this space that has the capacity to serve a district as large as Boston with 22,000 students who are being bused to and from.
Wu says the review will look at Transdev's contract and how they perform in relation to it.
But also what needs to happen in the future. And in a big picture way, we have to understand why it is that other companies are not able to step into this space, or if there are other arrangements that we should be looking at.
Now, according to Davis's attorneys, Transdev has faced at least 15 other personal injury lawsuits since 2013. I did reach out to the bus company Transdev and the attorney representing them. We have not yet heard back. Live in Jamaica Plain tonight, Alyssa Azzara reporting for your local station, Boston 25 News.
Was she ever a veteran that you know of? Do you trust Lisa? She's your sister-in-law, right?
She is my sister-in-law, yes.
57-year-old Lisa Legacy was hired as a science teacher at Haverhill High School back in September 2024. Now she's accused of lying about having a Purple Heart given to those wounded or killed while serving in the military.
There was a moment this morning where the detectives and police department, they went through her stuff on the dining room table, and all they saw was a plaque with her Purple Heart on it, and it's I briefly saw it myself.
Legacy is also accused of lying about her college degrees to get a job. Her brother-in-law, Michael, says this all comes as a shock.
The thing I have to say is that it's very weird.
The Lowell woman pleaded not guilty in Salem Superior Court Friday to a list of charges, including identity fraud, stolen valor, reckless endangerment of a child, and larceny.
I never thought in a million years that this would ever happen, ever.
Haverhill Public Schools said it became aware of inconsistencies in Legacy's background following an incident with her service animal in March. She was immediately placed on administrative leave. The department saying in a statement in part, quote, as soon as red flags surfaced, the district acted swiftly and responsibly, prioritizing the safety and trust of our students, families, and staff.
Most of the family, I would have to say, really doesn't trust her that much. I'm not sure if I trust her that much, but she tries to make things work. She works hard. She just has ways of doing things that most of us are not aware of.
The school department says at the time Legacy was hired, she did have a valid teacher's license and her references were checked with other school departments. Now, before she worked here, she was with Worcester Public Schools and the Lowell School District. She's due back in court at the end of July. In Haverhill, I'm Alyssa Azzara reporting for your local station, Boston 25 News.
Jeffrey did everything full throttle, as fast as possible, and nearly always with his mouth open. The hardest thing in choosing a photograph was trying to find photographs of him with his mouth closed, because he was just, everything was passionate for him.
Jeffrey Andrews had an enormous love for life. He was a devoted husband to his wife, Gentry. The two are expecting a baby girl this October.
She was early enough that he felt her kick, so at least he felt that.
Jeffrey's uncle, Simon Andrews, says his nephew was a well-rounded family man, a friend, and he was smart, working as a scientist at MIT Lincoln Laboratory.
And he was a rising star that won a lot of awards there.
Taking after his father, Jeffrey also loved flying. Simon says Jeffrey was an experienced pilot of nearly 13 years.
Anyone that could have been more suited to being a pilot is hard to imagine. If anyone could have got out of this situation, it was Jeffrey. He even had some aerobatic training, so he knew his way around a plane.
On Thursday, Simon says Jeffrey decided to fly to a camping trip in Vermont with a friend. He was flying a Mooney M20 aircraft, a small plane Simon says his nephew preferred to fly.
Facing some intermittent engine issues. Gonna head up a little bit and turn back. R73 Mike, roger.
Just before 8 a.m., the NTSB says the plane crashed on the side of Sam Fonzo Drive just after taking off from Beverly Regional Airport. Jeffrey died on scene.
As far as we can tell, it was just catastrophic engine failure. The plane had only just been recertified 3 weeks ago, so it was certified as safe to fly, and this was the first trip he'd taken since then.
Now, a GoFundMe has been set up to raise money for Jeffrey's wife, Gentry, and their baby as the Andrews family tries to push forward.
You wake up as the perfect family one morning, and then suddenly there's an enormous hole that can never be filled.
We have a link to that GoFundMe on our website, boston25news.com. Meanwhile, the NTSB is investigating the cause of the crash. We can a preliminary report next month, but we do know that Jeffrey called the tower for help, saying he was having engine issues. In Beverly, Alyssa Azzara for your local station, Boston 25 News.